Previously on building Realm of Rights. And then finally, to fill this weird area up, let's try something like that. I did kind of forget about all these windows, by the way, so let's quickly add those as well. With a structure like this, and then simply just, you know. Now the part where the train goes through the supports, I kind of have to freestyle a little bit. Guys, I think it is finally done. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this brand new episode of Building Realm of Rights. Today, you already saw it, we are going to build the final area, or at least start building it. I asked you guys in a poll what I should do, either dinosaur or the Aztec theme, and even though you guys voted mostly for dinosaur, I feel like it's nicer to do an Aztec theme. First of all, because we already have done something dinosaur related in the past, but also, I don't know, it just feels a bit more unique, a bit less obvious maybe. We could turn this into an actual jungle with cool buildings, cool temples, basically any typical thing that an Aztec world needs. So I guess let's get straight into it. Since we have a pretty big ride here, I think it's best to begin with the station as always. However, what we first need to do actually is go over here, choose ground maybe, because we of course don't want this to look like Egypt. Now it isn't going to be this everywhere, but just for now it's a bit better. Then for these rocks over here, let's choose something subtle like that, and then well, let's turn that into a temple. And for the interior, let's not go with the most basic thing ever. Let's actually try something different here. Very unevenly, I'm gonna add some planks, because everything over here is gonna have to look super old and degraded. Damn, I am excited, guys. Something new for a change. Let's copy that over to the other side. Okay, that's a pretty decent start. And something that always goes insanely hard are pillars. And I'm going to try to add some of these curl thingies that you sometimes see on these designs. See, here you go. Yes, I love that. That looks fantastic. This is, of course, going to be quite heavy to the item limit, but we'll just see how it goes, because it does look sweet. Unfortunately, guys, again, we are going to need some arch shapes. We simply cannot escape them. Some little details on those. This already has such insane potential. You thought we already had seen enough stones in the medieval area? But hell nah. We need more. These are going to be a lot more random though, because well, it is a lot older. Then the roof, I'm guessing, is going through about there. And at the back here, this is where you step inside the ride. And I may or may not have stolen these from the medieval area. A whole lot of walls are necessary on the back here as well. So many walls, dude. Does it never end? Okay, so I think we now have the base for this, hold on, one last element. There you go. And then that is the base. So as for the queue, it probably starts somewhere here. Go with a bridge over this, then over here, then underneath this. I have no idea. And then somehow you end up over here, which you enter, and then this is where you step in, you ride, and then you go out on the other side, with the exit being either this or that or that. Seems like a pretty solid idea. Also, I have just decided that this is going to be the exit, so allow me to put some stairs over here, and I guess a rope as well to make sure people don't go in here when they shouldn't. Or wait, what about this instead? That is way nicer, isn't it? And all that needs is something to hold on to. I think that looks pretty damn solid. Then let's see what is next. I think it'd be best if we first fix the landscape around the swan ride. For example, this is going to nicely align with the track over there. Same idea on the front. There, this is getting some shape. Obviously, still not perfect, but at least we now have an idea of what the landscape's shape is going to be. I suppose let's now work on the layout of the queue. It will begin right over here. Then I'll put a stone wall of sorts just around the track, which at the same time will also serve as the queue path. I'll just give them different heights like this, and just like that we can create a pretty solid piece of the queue. Then another thing I want to try is making path using just some of these circles, just adding a very subtle pattern like so, and then using that to create path. This is so much more tedious than I thought it was gonna be though. And does it even look nice? I mean, I guess. Yeah, not really. Maybe this just needs some paint. I don't know. We'll just go and put this in here, see what happens. It is very satisfying, I will say that. Oh, that is less satisfying. At the front here, we can kind of make them fade out into the ground. Possibly? Okay, fine. That does look pretty nice. So you enter here and then go around this, which is a spot you cross the water. So, well, I suggest we add a bridge. This is going to be a wooden one and one that is very old. It is being held together with a bunch of ropes, of course. I'll add some stairs as a means to get up here. Lovely, lovely planks on top. It's really the same stuff again. It simply looks so nice though. Then all that needs is a copy on the other side. So let's just grab it and poof. Does that interfere with the track? It's very close, but no. And then in between these two towers, we need the actual rope bridge, which is going to look something like this. Adding some extra poles and ropes. And there you go. That is the rope bridge. I don't really know why I'm already going so detailed. This was supposed to be just a layout, but here we are. And using some cylinders, let me just kind of add the path, just a placeholder path, of course. The later thing is going to be much nicer. And then over here, yet another bridge. That, of course, leads you over here straight into the station. In front of these little stairs I just made, we'll put some more of these. And then as for this bridge, let's kind of do something for that as well. I'm not supposed to do detail, but we're busy anyway. I'll start with the most basic bridge design ever. I mean, did these people back then even, like, build the bridges at all? I feel like they didn't. But anyway, what if again we try something with a sort of pattern in here, maybe? How about that? I doubt this is gonna be possible though. Let's try it. It is. Not gonna lie, that is pretty crazy. So it appears then that this entire section is done. And therefore, apart from how this path looks, of course, the queue is also pretty much finished. You're just gonna have to imagine all of this being completely filled up, covered up by trees. Anyway, with that out of the way, on to whatever the next step is. Time to make an unhealthy amount of trees. Starting with a big fat one over here. The thing is, this is supposed to be a jungle, so we're gonna need a bunch of different looking ones. This tree trunk, for example, is going to be nice and funky, almost vine-like, if you will. There you go. That is looking pretty nice. The only problem with doing trees like this is they are a lot of items. I'm just not entirely sure which leaves to use. We desperately need new leaves, like anything. Something just slightly more detailed and maybe less solid. Something with holes in it. I don't know. Anything different than this. If there's one thing that would improve this game the most right now, it's probably this. I'm gonna see if I can add some extra tiny little branches, but then I think that should be pretty much it. That is not true. I lied. We also need vines. And we can simply do that by adding some cylinders in the trees like so. Very satisfying. And there is our tree. I think that is pretty good. Then for a second kind of design, let's do something completely different. These stems are going to be a lot thinner. And this time around, I'll go and use the flatter bush for the leaves, because that way we're going to create some really nice variety. Then I'll grab that and simply go ahead and copy that a few times. The point of this is to make it really nice and dense, so let's add some skinnier ones in between as well. What you also may have noticed is I really don't care if it's realistic or not, because I'm just going to put vines in every single tree we have. They're absolutely beautiful. And then there you go. That is our second tree. Looks pretty nice. And the great thing about this one is we can scale it up. That's crazy. For some reason, I can't scale this one. It's probably because I used some object that you cannot scale. Then now for a palm tree, a bit of a different design than the others we already have. Mostly the stem is going to be a lot different, way smoother, I suppose. And of course, we now have these, which will come in very handy right now, because I think instead of using the thick pre-made ones, this will do just fine. There you go. And now that we're doing vegetation, there's also this other plant design I wanted to try. I have no idea if this is gonna work, and if it is gonna work, it's gonna be very heavy on the item limit. Hold on. No, it's not. Wait. No, this is crazy. Okay, so besides the texture, actually the new leather texture could definitely go for a leaf texture. Look, now we can just copy this over like that. Guys, is it warm in here? Now I definitely have to experiment with this. Oh my god. I mean, come on, this is just perfect. Insane. Insane. Okay, so we've got 3 sizes now. We have a few trees. Obviously, all the other trees and plants we already had. I think we should do pretty well with these. Let's go ahead and grab this big one over here and begin spreading these around. Let's first put one over here, see what happens. There you go. Put it down. Okay, looking pretty solid. Possibly one in between here. I think that just fits with the coaster, yes. Guys, this area is going to look insane. I am realizing though, we kind of need a small version of this as well. So let's actually make that... Wait, actually, hold on a minute. If we just grab these and change the colors and add some vines. We'll make short work of this, nothing too crazy anyway. Wait! If this works, I'm actually gonna cry. Hold on. Are you seeing what I'm getting at? You know how some vines are like girly? These new pieces are insane. I did not realize how much potential this... This is nuts. Like, this is crazy. Look, I can just hang these in the trees as vines. Not only is it more realistic, it's more detailed. Holy crap. However, I am going to add those afterwards. So not in the pre-made trees, just putting the trees down and then adding the vines. I think that's better because I don't want to have those in spots we don't need them. So, you know, holy shit. Well, anyway, I can now add these trees to it as well. There you go, just over the queue. So now if you're in here, you can look at... Then over here, let's add this absolute banger. Absolutely wild. Let's be real. I have hardly even started on this area. I'm not gonna lie. I had the idea that this area was gonna look kind of mid, but not anymore. And then to think that we also still have these ferns. Guys, my day is made. Like, this is seriously, this is wild. I already know that doing vegetation is by far the most fun thing for me. Some tree trunks to extra spice that up. See this spot over here? That is a perfect spot for yet another tree. And that fits like a glove, of course. Then let's put the vines in that we can also scale, of course. Why not? That's what I was afraid of though. Like, it is crazy on the item limit, but you know what? Every single one I can place, I see as an absolute win. Like, this is wild. Let's put some ferns over here. And then we're not even talking about the rocks yet, because we have new primitives for those as well. Let me show you. Look at this bloody stuff. As if the plants alone wasn't good enough. That's crazy. That's crazy. This is such a nice look for rocks. Look at that. Is it better than the really advanced stuff I did in Forest World? Maybe not, but it's so much faster. Like, look at how fast I'm getting this done. It's actually crazy. It is miles, and I mean miles better than using just regular square blocks. I'm not gonna lie, I underestimated this update. Like, this is this is crazy. Just look at that. Oh, that is incredible. I mean, just look at it. Okay, I think that's my cue to stop and just breathe for a minute. We have done that is so good. What? For today, that is plenty of stuff. This is looking pretty solid so far. I'm loving where this is going already. If you enjoyed this video, make very sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell not to miss a single future episode, and I hope I'll see you in the next episode of Building Realm of Rides. Bloody hell.